Sorry about that, folks. Now we'll start our pregame festivities. J-Town, Justin Krzyzewski, Jacob Link, trying this again a little bit faster. Our pregame cut a little short, just like the players on the field. A 30-minute warm-up session here for both teams, as the freshman game before this ran late. So 30-minute warm-up for varsity. A shortened pregame for us as we were having a little bit of audio issues, but we're glad to have you here. Let's continue out the dive on in. We'll start it back up at the top. Starting out with the Hortonville Polar Bears, they're 0-2 coming into this one, much like the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. Both teams looking for victory number 1 in the regular season, as well as starting the conference season 1-0. Hortonville last week played Pulaski, and they got ran over by the Pulaski rushing attack. 239 rushing yards for Pulaski last week en route to a 42-7 victory. Key note, both teams do have a common opponent. Week 1 for Hortonville was West De Pere. They hosted West De Pere, 53-22, that loss, in what was a high-scoring affair for or high-yardage affair for the Phantoms of West De Pere. 567 yards in that one, total offense for the Phantoms. So defense has been an issue for the Polar Bears. Offensively, 14 points per game, 251 yards. 163 through the air, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and about 88 yards per game on the ground. Defense has been the struggle for the Polar Bears. 47 points per game given up, as well as 443 yards per game. And it's been a tough go. 242 through the air. That was from the West De Pere game. The average skewing out. The West De Pere game had 405 passing yards. And on the ground, Pulaski was able to skew that number both through the air and on the ground. The Hortonville Polar Bears are letting up over 200 yards per game. Led on offense by A.J. Pfeiffer, 26 of 56, 327 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 picks. He also has 41 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown. Leading rusher is Tristan Behrens. He has 10 carries for 92 yards. Jack Holdren, he'll give him a break. He'll give Behrens a break every once in a while, 15 carries for 43 yards. Leading receiver, Isaac Benke, 6 receptions, 135 yards, and Xavier Konecki, he has 3 receptions for 55 yards. The receiving touchdowns, 2 of them have gone to Engelbert, and 1 has gone to Christensen. On to the other side, the host, Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts, they come into this one 0-2. Once again, looking for their first win. Their common opponent was last week with West De Pere, Hortonville, their common opponent. West De Pere last week, 33-9. West De Pere Phantoms got the Battle of the Graveyard this year, getting a victory over the Galloping Ghost. In week 1, with the game you saw here on Zaleski Sports, a good game between the Notre Dame Academy from Green Bay. 27-20, Kaukauna fell to that one. So they have been on the verge. They're looking for a big game here tonight. Offensively, once again, 14 points per game. Both teams putting up the same on offense. 199 yards per game. 137 through the air, 62 on the ground. No passing touchdowns yet this year. You're looking for the first one tonight. 3 interceptions through the air, but they do have 2 rushing touchdowns, and the defense has been stout for Kaukauna. 26 points per game, 317 yards per game. That's numbers early in the season. Averages are not a good way to go about a team. We're talking about week 1, how Hortonville played Pulaski. It was 53-22. Or excuse me, they played West De Pere 53-22. Week 1 is a hard way to judge a team because you never know what you're going to get coming into week 1. Kimberly lost week 1. Bayport won week 1, but then they lost the next week to Kimberly. You never know what you're going to get early on in the season. It's always up in the air. And that's kind of what the Kaukauna defense is. It's been getting better. They're improving, and that's what you want as the season goes along. 26 points per game given up, 317 yards. And the big thing has been stopping the run. They need to stop the run. 214 yards per game they're giving up. But they do have 2 fumbles, and 1 was returned for a touchdown. That was that block punt in week 1 against Notre Dame. Through the air, Ryan Carroll, 25 of 51, 275 yards, 3 interceptions. He has 78 rushing yards. Aiden Reardon, the leading rusher, with 33 carries, 80 yards, and a touchdown. He also has 65 receiving yards. He's been a threat out of the backfield. Muhammad Job has a rushing touchdown for Kaukauna. Cavi Weinberg, he's the leading receiver with 11 receptions for 130 yards. And Pearson Bauer is the second leading receiver with 7 receptions for 78 yards. Diving on into this one, I rushed through that. So now we get the fun part about this job. We get to do our analysis of it. On the field, Well, first, watching the freshman game, that was an entertaining game, a high-scoring affair. I lost track. It was 48 for the Kaukauna. I did not see 33, 38. Okay, yeah, it was a high-scoring affair. Let's say upper 30s, mid 40s, whatever. It was a high-scoring game for a freshman game, for any game for that matter. But a lot of interest from the varsity players. There are varsity players for Kaukauna watching on the sidelines early. Same with Hortonville. You can see these two teams, they're eager. They have that eagerness in their eyes before this game. And I'm not saying it's a must-win because it's very early in the season and we're just starting conference play. But this is a game that has a lot in terms of getting momentum back for both your teams. Going into conference, this is not an easy conference, as we'll dive into that a little bit later. I believe there's 3 ranked teams right now in the Fox Valley Association. All teams are in action tonight. But it's a high volume where you have every week a good opponent. Even the bottom of the conference is a tough opponent. So you got to start with momentum early and build off that. The whole point of any season in high school sports is building and getting better. And that starts here tonight for both these teams. Fox Valley Association opener. Dive on into the Fox Valley Association. There is no official standings because there is no conference wins or losses. Like I said, all 8 teams will be in action tonight. Neenah is at Appleton East. Appleton North is at Fond du Lac, and Kimberly is at Oshkosh West. All here tonight on Thursday. Fond du Lac has the only unbeaten record at 2-0. Appleton East and Appleton North both 1-1, as well as Kimberly and Neenah. And then at the bottom it is Hortonville, Oshkosh West, and Kaukauna. So looking for wins on the regular season, but as well as looking for wins in the conference. As a full house here in Kaukauna tonight. First week of school, I believe. Most schools, this is their first week. You got Hortonville traveled very well. You get the band. One of my favorite aspects, Jacob. I love a high school band. I was a high school band person at one point. I enjoy a high school band because there's an atmosphere a band brings to a game that you won't see it anywhere else. The PA system, as good as they are, is never the same as a high school band. We'll step aside here in just a second, but I'd like to make mention that our pregame has been brought to you by Maple Fall Fest, September 13th and the 14th in Marshfield. Check out arts, crafts, vendors, the Kids Zone, and yummy food. Maple Fall Fest, September 13th and the 14th at Wildwood Park and Zoo in Marshfield, as well as Infinity Exteriors. Infinity Exteriors installing peace of mind, roofing, siding, and windows built to last. Saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors, we guarantee quality you can trust. We're going to step aside here and listen to this high school band. You are watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Please rise as the marching goes for the Hortonville School Song, followed by the Kaukauna School Song.
And now we'll listen to the playing of the national anthem performed by the Kaukauna Marching Ghosts. Colors presented today by Kaukauna VFW. Back here in Kaukauna as the color guard walks the colors off the field. The Marching Ghost under the direction of Mr. Martin. A beautiful rendition of the national anthem. Once again, I'll always say it, it is my favorite song. And we're moments away here from kickoff on a beautiful fall. I'd say it's fall now. Let's call it a fall officially. I know probably have a late warm spell here, but it is fall weather here. I woke up this morning, Jacob, I took the dog outside, and even the dog looked at me like, are we really this cold? And I was talking to a friend of mine from back home, back in central Wisconsin. He had frost on his car this morning. So I'm going to say fall is here, and with fall comes great football action, and that is what we're here for tonight. Fox Valley Football Association conference opener between the Hortonville Polar Bears and the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. The pregame festivities wrapping up, pregame tradition. I feel like every school has their tradition, and here comes the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts as a team rushing to the 50-yard line. The key to this game comes down to this: defense. I'm calling it right here, right now. Defense will win this game, and I know that's a very cliche way to put it, but both teams are desperate to have a big defensive day. You need turnovers. You need low yardage. You need stops. And that's what both teams are looking for. Kaukauna A little bit balanced attack they've seen so far, but they need to stop that run. And if you're Hortonville, you're going to take any kind of defense you can get because the 200 yards through the air and through the ground on the ground have been detrimental to the team. And you're looking for a big win here tonight for both teams. Here comes the Galloping Ghost to deliver the game ball. The first time I seen this, I got a whole backstory about it. It is a cool tradition, one of the traditions that really you don't see anywhere, and that is a good sign. Week 1, we had a drop on the exchange. This week, a perfect, clean exchange, so that means we got some great football coming our way. I think we always have good football coming our way, but you can't help but think the football gods are looking down, and you got a clean first ball exchange. It's a good start. We are ready here. Cavi Weinberg going to be back deep to return. With him is number 4, Will Clark. And 21, either Jamison Stone or Lathan Hurst. 2 listed on the roster. Hortonville will kick. Kaukauna chose to receive. They won the toss and chose to receive. Hortonville will defend the end zone to our north. Kaukauna defending, which is our left. Kaukauna defending the end zone to our right, which is the south. 57 beautiful degrees here. A cloudy, overcast day, but for football, that's what you want. 7:24 is sunset, so we're moments away from a beautiful sunset. A slight breeze. It's actually pretty breezy down on field level. And we are ready for a good day here for football. Isaac Benke, the left-footed kicker. We're underway on Zaleski Sports. Hurst on the return, comes to the near side across the 25, and he's got a seam. He's across the 35, across the 40, dragging defenders across the 45-yard line, and it'll be brought down around the 48. That was Hurst, Lathan Hurst, 5'9", 178. That is a huge start if you're Kaukauna. And that'll bring out Carroll and this offense for the Ghosts. 14 points per game, both offenses averaging the same. And if you're Kaukauna, ball almost into Polar Bear territory, you're liking your odds of getting on the board here quick. 3 receivers to the right in a bunch formation. Running back right hip of Carroll. First play, snap, handoff to Reardon. Reardon into Polar Bear territory and dragging forward a couple defenders. Get him a gain of a long 3. 2nd and 7. My Kaukauna pen is almost dried up, Jacob. Every week I have 3 pens. I have a black pen and the 2 team color pens, and my Kaukauna one's drying up. 2nd and a long 6 here for the Ghosts. 3 receivers right. Now going to send one of them far to the right side. That's Gustman. Throwing over the middle. He's got his intended target, number 88. Schwallenbach. And he's going to get close to that first down yardage. About a yard short. Give him 5 through the air. Get my stats here correct. 3rd and 1. And Ghosts already into Polar Bear territory after 2 quick plays. Carroll in the gun. Stacked slot to the left side. Pearson Bauer, the front one, the big receiver. Cavi behind him. Snap, fake the handoff. Nope, they give it to Reardon. Up the middle, jumps forward, and he'll get the first down yardage. And you can feel the energy here quite early. Gain of 3 for Reardon. 1st and 10, Galloping Ghosts. Ball marked at the 39-yard line of Hortonville. A little bit more energy, it seems, and you'll get that as the season goes along. Week 1, there's always a lull. When we were here at the Week 1 game against Notre Dame, it seemed calm. There is a feel here tonight, folks, of high energy. In the gun, flex tight end on the left side, pressure shown by Hortonville. They're bringing heat. Ball dropped in the backfield and picked up and dropped right away. Number 25, Tristan Behrens makes a big play, and that's a big loss if you're the Ghosts. And just like that, that energy seems to shift away. Loss of 6 on the fumble. Low snap factored into that, but also got to realize temperatures are getting cold, hands get cold. There is a science to that. Don't know what it is. I'm not good at science, but there is a science to the cold ball and trying to catch it. 3 receivers grouped to the left, lone receiver Bauer on the right side. Play getting changed at the line. Long play clock here. No, they did not get it off a delay of game. And really wheels falling off the bus here quickly if you're Kaukauna. What has been a successful drive, a first down, has now turned to the ball back to its original line of scrimmage just about. I think right now you have a net of 1 yard. It's going to be second and close to 21 yards. 9:14 left here in the first quarter. 3 receivers to the trips formation left side, lone receiver to the right. Carroll in the gun, reared onto his hip. Snap, pressure coming. Screenplay to Reardon. Reardon makes one man miss, gets upfield, and then gets pile drive down by some Hortonville defense, and there is some serious energy on that Hortonville side now. Gain of 4. First completed pass for Carroll today. It's going to bring up a 3rd and a long 17. Just like these players bring to their best to the court and the field, Ridgetop Exteriors brings their top-tier performance to your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com and score big with a trusted, local, and affordable service. 3rd and long here. The Ghost drive seemingly derailed. Hortonville shows pressure, backs out, corner blitz coming. Carroll rolling. He's got to escape. Throws. Jump ball. Cavey can't get his hands on it. One hand on it. And it falls incomplete. Great job by Carroll to avoid the sack. Pressure coming off a corner blitz. And was able to get it to Cavey Weinberg, who got a hand on it. But the Hortonville student section reminds him that you cannot have butter before games, and a Butterfingers chant comes out. Incomplete pass, and a drive that had a lot of promise comes to an end here with a punt for the Ghosts. Back deep to return for the Polar Bears is number 29, Cash Botting. He stands around the 11-yard line, and that is a high booming kick. Cash will let it bounce, hits at the 10, rolls into the end zone, and will be a touchback. Good punt by Carroll. Just outkicked his coverage, and here come the Polar Bears, led by junior A.J. Pfeiffer, 327 passing yards. Birkin Heating and Cooling is your factory-authorized Bryant dealer. Birkin Heating and Cooling service all makes and models. Now is the right time to get ready for winter. Birkin Heating and Cooling. Call 920-759-1478 and see Birkin Heating and Cooling on Facebook for more information. Get ready, folks, because it is coming quick. Just like the Hortonville offense, they're on the field here. 1st and 10, ball marked at their 20-yard line. Slot to the right, lone receiver left side, running back left hip of Pfeiffer. Quick snap, looking near side, got his man on the quick curl route, and he'll get brought down immediately. Gain of 3 to number 3, Isaac Benke. Quick pass. Similar offenses for both these. Rely on the screen, quick passes, use your receivers as blockers downfield. Talking with the offense coordinator for Hortonville, too, they are very pleased with this quarterback room that they have. So much so that their freshman quarterback room has their top 2 quarterbacks down. They're on their 3rd freshman quarterback, and he looked really impressive here. Pressure coming from Kaukauna. Rolling, throwing. He's got his man. He's got Benke on the far side. Catches it and goes down. Gain of 25 through the air. And Hortonville, with the momentum they got on the defensive stand, are rolling now almost into Galloping Ghost territory. Ball marked at the 47-yard line. Isaac Benke. That was a good play by the quarterback, escaping pressure by that Kaukauna front. Was able to get a good throw on the run, and Benke made a great catch. Running back left hip of Pfeiffer. Inverted slot to the right. Lone receiver left side, tight end flex on the right. Pfeiffer under pressure now, rolling, escapes, trips, drops the ball, it's a turnover! He dropped the ball and falling on it is number 50, Mike Hill. And right then and there, momentum has changed. Kaukauna ball. Wow. Loss of about 10 on the fumble. Pfeiffer's a shorter quarterback, not terribly short, 5'10", that's average height for high school quarterback, was in the pocket, stepped up, and then escaped out, rolled, and kind of put the ball down to kind of regain balance, and the ball just stuck on the turf. And right there was Mike Hill, the big defensive play to get that ball. Carroll in the offense, ready to go here. Slot to the left, snap, handoff, Reardon up the middle. Through to the second level across the 30 and brought down. There we go. Kaukauna now rolling. Second and 1. Fox Valley Tool and Die is a precision machine shop that supplies critical machine components for a range of customers, from Fortune 100 companies to paper mills right here in Wisconsin. Contact them today, 920-766-9455. Second and short. Pressure showing. Backing out is Hortonville. Deep drop, Carroll looking, end zone. Cavi Weinberg turned his head, but just off on the throw was Carroll. Late developing route, I should say, for Cavi Weinberg. Pearson Bauer was also wide open on a post going across the middle. But Cavi turned, and it seemed like he couldn't find the ball. The ball was a little off the route from Cavi Weinberg, and he's just getting to the huddle now and getting the play call. We'll see if that affects it. Third down here. Kaukauna wants to keep the drive going. Cavi still doesn't know the play on the near side. Snap, Carroll, handoff up the middle. Aiden Reardon. Reardon across the 20. He's in the red zone. Inside the 10 and brought down by 3 Polar Bears. Inside the 10-yard line down to the 9. First and goal, Kaukauna. 26 yards on the carry. That's not correct. 16 yards on the carry. And Kaukauna quick to the line. And false start. I think they're going to get Reardon. He turned to look for the play, but he also made it as an abrupt move. If you're going to do that, you see a lot of college offenses do that, where they have the play call, they come to the line of scrimmage, and then at one point all the skilled players will look to the sideline, get the adjusted call. And if you do a simple turn, you're fine. But if you make a jerking kind of like quick step or something like that, you're going to get called. And that's what happened there. 5 yards will make it a first and goal from the 14. Penalties. We saw it last week, Manawa versus St. Mary. Penalties can make a dirty game, and that's what happened right there for Kaukauna. Slot left, slot right. Carroll now sending motion man across formation. 3 receivers now left. Snap, handoff, Reardon up the middle. Will get 3 of his 5 yards back from the penalty. His 4th rushing carry. Second and goal from the 11.5-yard line. Receiver Gussman in there as the extra receiver. 3 receivers right. Lone receiver number 88, Schwalbach on the left. Pressure coming from the left. Corner blitz. Throw. Cavi tips. It's intercepted. And here comes Hortonville on the interception, trying to get a block. Coming across the 20 and brought down by Schwalbach. I know I said that defense was going to be a key part of this game, but right now both teams want their offense to have a clean possession. Turnovers, 1 for each. And here come the Polar Bears back out on the field. First and 10, ball will be marked at the 24-yard line. Have an official talking to the Hortonville sidelines. Oh, getting a ball. Kind of a weird lull here. I don't know what the break in the action is. Advantage Machine has invented in the Machine Center machine tools, metal inventories, and our people. Advantage Machine offers first-class workplace to ensure best quality, and with our responsive customer service, fair pricing, and on-time delivery. Call 920-462-4427 and see Advantage Machine on Facebook for more information. I'd like to thank all our sponsors. Snap, fake the handoff, quick throw near side, got his target, and then brought down immediately by number 9, Jack Hack. Reception to number 4, Grayson Rakin. He got a decent gain out of that one. Give him a gain of 4 and second and a long 6 up and coming. 4 for 4, 3 for 3 to start the day for Pfeiffer. Taking advantage of quick passes is Hortonville. Snap, Pfeiffer fakes, same play, near side, not the same result. Pass a little too high, and there goes the completion streak for Pfeiffer, 3rd down. They're taking advantage. Kaukauna gives pressure on the slot guy, a press coverage on the slot guy, and they give a little bit with that zone coverage on the outside receivers, give them that little bit of a buffer. And good reaction there by number 4, Will Clark, to break on that route. And here comes a 3rd and 6. You're going to see a little bit more space now as you want to defend the sticks. Pfeiffer, straight drop, throws, incomplete. Great coverage on the far side by number 8, Brady Wellman. 2 straight incompletions will bring up a 4th down, and here come the punt teams. Punting for Hortonville is number 3, Isaac Benke. Back deep to return, Kavanaugh Weinberg. For the Galloping Ghosts, he'll stand around the 34-yard line of Kaukauna. Benke will be punting around the 16-yard line for Hortonville. Gunner in motion, snap good, kick away. Sideways spire on it, hits at the 40, and diving on it is Kavanaugh Weinberg to knock it down and fall on it. 1st and 10 Ghosts around the 34-yard line. You got a short break? Or, yeah, we can stay here for now. Next time we'll go with a short break, I think. Sometimes these change of possessions are difficult for us in this end because we have ads to play. As you've seen that last change of possession on the interception, Hortonville took full advantage of getting on the field, taking their time. Kaukauna's here ready after the punt. Slot to the right, Pearson and Weinberg. Pressure showing coming from that side. Quick screen to Weinberg. Cavy gets the corner and brought down. That not a horse collar tackle. Hand was up there. They will not call it. Gain of 3. I think Weinberg's a little upset that wasn't called. It looked like he had his hand on the nameplate. It was close. It's hard to tell from this angle. Second and 7 here for the Ghosts. 4:05 and counting here in the first quarter. A fast-paced first quarter here on Zaleski Sports. Thank you for tuning in. If you're sticking around or just tuning in to watch for a little bit before you go to another game, we appreciate it. Handoff Reardon. He'll get upfield to the 40 and brought down. Gain of 3. Busy man is Aiden Reardon, 5th carry of the evening here in the first quarter. Going to bring up a 3rd and a short 5. Ball at the 40-yard line. Nose of the ball at the 40. Fast-paced quarter indeed. Down to the 3:20 mark. And Kaukauna says, let's slow it down. Coach Binfield, take a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. 0-0 your score. You're watching Kaukauna Galloping Ghost football on Zaleski Sports.
At Ridgestop Exteriors, we're more than your average home improvement company. We're your neighbors, and for over 20 years, we've been trusted and proudly serving right here in your community. Customer service is our #1 goal. Call now for your free estimate.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
We're back with Better Halves. Jane is looking for a better health plan. Jane?
I need someone who'll make time for me. So, how would you two get to know me?
You want time.
I'll keep you on hold all night long.
He sounds gross.
Jane,
Back here, just like our change of possessions, it was a quick timeout, and here comes the Ghost Gustman on the reception, and he'll get the first down yardage. Gain of 9 through the air. Number 16, Quentin Gustman, gets his first reception of the game. And the Ghosts get their first down on a quick play. Good timeout called by Coach Matt Binsfield. 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. Perfect play draw up, and here come the Ghosts. Double tight end formation. Slot to the right side. Reardon, he'll get the handoff. He powers his way over the right corner, but good defense on the end there. No gain, maybe a gain of 1 on the play. 25 in on the tackle for that Hortonville Polar Bears, that is Barons. Gain of 1 they'll give him. 2nd and 9. So we said in the pregame, defense was going to be the reason for the winner, or the main part for the winner of this game, and so far the defense has stood strong for both teams. 0-0 game here late in the first quarter. Pressure shown from Hortonville. They're bringing a house. Carroll under pressure. He'll roll. He's going to keep it himself and try to escape, and then here come the rest of the Polar Bears to bring him down. Group tackling at its finest, and it's going to end up being a loss on the play for the Ghosts. Give him a loss of 1. Back to 3rd and 10. That was impressive. You saw linebacker pressure. You saw both corners come off, or players from the outside, I guess I should say. Hortonville runs a 3-4 defense, so it could have been an outside backer on that weak side. But they brought the house, and it paid off. 3rd and 10. 3 receivers left. Lone receivers far to the right side. Reardon to the left hip of Carroll in the gun. Play clock running down. Pressure shown. Hortonville backs out. They come from the other side, though. Carroll, quick move, rolling. He's going to take it himself into the defense and brought down at the 45-yard line. Gain of 7 brings up a 4th and short, and we'll see what the Ghosts do here on 4th and 3. And a quick decision to punt, it looks like, by Coach Binsfield. Back deep to return is Benke. Carroll to punt. Carroll the quarterback. High snap brought in. A high kick. Good kick by Carroll. And it'll be fair caught around the 11-yard line. Got a short one? You want to send it to a quick break? We'll send it to a quick break. 0-0 your score. You're watching Kaukauna Galloping Ghost Football on Zaleski Sports.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Back here in Kaukauna, a 0-0 game. More than likely 1, if not 2 plays here before the end of the quarter. J-Town, Justin Krzyzewski, Jacob Link on your Zaleski Sports broadcast here tonight from Kaukauna. Snap, handoff, and rolling defenders. That's a good carry there by the Hortonville running back. Did not see the number. 33, is that 33? It is 33. Holdren. Gain of 4. And let's see if Hortonville can get one more play off. 6 seconds. Does not look like they're going to show the urge to do it. And we'll send it to the quarter break. A 0-0 first quarter here in Kaukauna. The Polar Bears of Hortonville. The Kaukauna Galloping Ghost on Zaleski Sports.
Are you ready to give your kids a head start on smart money habits? With Abbey Bank's Bright Future Checking, kids and teens can learn to manage money with you right by their side. They get their own debit card, and you can keep an eye on spending with easy-to-use mobile banking and card controls. The Bright Future Checking account has no fees, no minimum balance, and kids get a bonus after the first deposit is made. Give your child the power of independence. Stop in or visit abbeybank.com to get started. Abbey Bank is member FDIC.
Need a game plan that delivers marketing victories? Bear Performance Marketing is your full-service partner for strategic success. offering comprehensive solutions that include brand development, social media marketing, branded products, and digital marketing. The goal is to streamline every aspect of marketing while maximizing results. With a focus on clear, transparent communication and a driven team ready to hustle, Bear Performance Marketing is your partner for marketing that outperforms the competition. Learn more at bearpm.com.
Back here in Kaukauna, second quarter action. Moments away here. As we have a stoppage here. Official sees that there's no time on the scoreboard. We'll get that figured out. J-Town, Justin Krzyzewski, Jacob Link. A quick first quarter, a 30-minute first quarter. Sub 30-minute, if that. For a short warm-up, a quick first quarter, and here we go into the second. Pfeiffer in the gun. Snap. Here comes the rush attack for the Polar Bears. In on the tackle, coming off the edge is number 5, Luke Tetzloff. It'll be a short gain for number 33, Holdren. It's going to set up a 3rd and 3. Going to see a dual running back attack for the Polar Bears, Jack Holdren and 25, Tristan Behrens. Right now, Barron's in at running back. He might have had that last carry. Big bruising running back for the Polar Bears. Same play for the Polar Bears. Cannot get to the edge, and they will not get the first down yardage. No gain on the play. Good job by that edge set for Kaukauna. And now I imagine you have to punt deep in your own territory. It's a risky play, but I've seen it done before. 4th and short, and the Polar Bears trot on the punt team. Benke to punt. Kavanaugh Weinberg trots onto the field. He'll be standing around the 43-yard line for the Ghosts, and he is a dangerous return man. Hard line drive kick, sending Weinberg back. He'll field it around the 36-yard line. He got the edge to the outside. He gets to the 49-yard line, and much like the first possession of the first quarter, Kaukauna will start at the 49-yard line here in the second quarter. How often does that happen? Not too often, says the color guy, the color commentator that I don't have, but I knew you were thinking it, Jacob. Ball actually be marked at the 50, nose of the ball at the 50, and it'll be a 1st and 10 Galloping Ghosts. Good starting field position once again. We'll see if Kaukauna can execute it better after this timeout. Timeout Hortonville. You're watching Kaukauna Galloping Ghost football on Zaleski Sports.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
We're back here in Kaukauna. Timeout taken by Hortonville. We're going to take this time, I'm going to take this time to talk about what we have at Zaleski Sports. Obviously, Kaukauna fans are pretty familiar with it. Hortonville has watched a lot of our games as well. But if you're new to the audience, we cover high school sports here in Wisconsin. We cover it well. Currently, I believe there's 11 broadcasts going on just tonight. Volleyball, basketball, baseball, softball, you name it, we got it. First play, tight end dump pass. And it's going to go to the house. 10-5, touchdown Kaukauna. Big time play. Out of the break. Number 14 on the reception, Geithner. Untouched, the tight end dump pass, one of the best underrated plays in all of football. And it works to Kaukauna's success here. 50-yard touchdown strike. And Kaukauna with the first points on the board. Point after up, and Kavanaugh Weinberg makes it a 7-0 game. Kaukauna sees your timeout and raises it a touchdown. They have a 7-0 lead. You're watching Kaukauna Galloping Ghost Football on Zaleski Sports.
Located on County Road KK, Birkin Heating and Cooling has proudly served Kaukauna for over 30 years. As a Bryant Factory authorized dealer, we offer top quality Bryant and Payne products. We specialize in furnaces, air conditioners, boilers, new home construction, remodels, and April air humidifiers, serving for both residential and commercial needs. Plus, we service all makes and models, offering 24-hour emergency service. Call us today at 920-759-1478 and let Birkin take care of your heating and cooling needs.
Back here in Kaukauna, the score 7-0. We're on the board here early in the second quarter. 10:24 left in the quarter. Had to confirm it. Bennett Geithner, 6'2", junior, wide open on the tight end dump pass. Jacob, I ran a traditional I formation. Always had a tight end when I was in high school. The tight end dump pass, when it's ran to perfection, is almost unguardable. Everybody bails on the fake handoff, and the tight end is wide open. And tight ends are athletes too. And he made a great play. Ran for, I'd say, about 35 yards. Point after by Weinberg. Good, and they're going for a surprise onside kick. Can they get the roll? They cannot. Just short by about 2 yards. And that's tough. Can't really see it, can you, with the tent for Kaukauna. But just short by about 2 yards. A surprise onside kick. It wasn't bad. A late roll kind of had a weird spin on it. And we'll see what Hortonville does. You can back them up, I believe, 5 yards. And it's a re-kick. But since the kick went out before the 50, I think you can take the ball at the 50. Jacob, our in-house kicker, he's thinking about it. He's pretty sure about it too. Where it goes out of bounds? Yeah, that's what I think so too. I wouldn't let him re-kick. How about that call from Coach Binsfield for a surprise onside kick early? And that's what Hortonville will do. They'll take the ball at Kaukauna's 48-yard line. Great starting field position for the Polar Bears. You take a time. Hortonville takes a timeout. First play shot out of the timeout to Kaukauna, followed by a surprise onside kick. You are starting to see the aggression for the Ghosts here tonight on Thursday. 10:24, here come the Polar Bears. Snap, handoff. That is big number 25 rolling, breaking a tackle, knocked out of bounds around the 44-yard line. Good carry there by Behrens for 2 yards. It looked like a lot more. He is a big running back for the Polar Bears. 6'2", 230. I don't want to tackle that. And when he's in the open field, he looks all of that 230. Slot to the right, lone receiver left side. Behrens now on the right hip of Pfeiffer in the gun. Snap, fake the handoff, throw far side, high but brought in and brought down immediately by number 3, Lotzer. Reception by number 20, Connor Christensen. That'll be a gain of 4, and it'll set up a 3rd and 3. First completion for Pfeiffer after 2 straight. He's still sitting pretty good at 4 of 6 through the air. And a big 3rd down here, potentially 4 down Terry, depending on what happens in this play here. Slot to the left, flex tight end left as well. Behrens on the right hip, now sending the tight end to the left. Pfeiffer, straight drop, they're not going to run. He's rolling to the right, pumps. He's going to go, dives for the first down yardage, and he's going to be a yard short from this point of view. We'll see where the spot is, and yes, they do have it correctly marked. He'll be a yard short, and I would guarantee this is 4 down territory. Both teams starting to show some aggression. Fourth and 1. Here come the Polar Bears. There's your traditional I formation. Double tight, lone receiver to the left side. Now receiver in motion. Snap, fullback dive. Will not get it. The Ghosts stand them up at the line of scrimmage, and it's a turnover on down. And here comes the momentum with the Galloping Ghosts. I think it was 33 Jack Holdren on the carry. No gain on his carry, second carry of the day. And the Ghosts with possession. If you're a fan of great starting field position, you've had it here tonight. Both teams have had great starting field position except for a couple situations. And here comes, timeout going to be called. Coach Matt Binsfield. Confusion on the field with the receivers. We'll take a break. You're watching Kaukauna Galloping Ghost Football on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big-name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline Motor Oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
Back here in Kaukauna, 7-0 the score in the fourth quarter. It's the second quarter, folks. We got a lot of football left. 7-0 the score. Kaukauna with the lead and possession. They had to take a timeout here on this 1st and 10. Receivers were not set and looked like confusion by the offense. Low snap. Carroll picks it up off the turf, rolling right. He's going to keep it himself. Oh, makes a man miss across the 40. Breaks another one at the 50. He's in the Polar Bear territory and knocked out of bounds at the 30. Oh, they're going to mark him way short of the 30-yard line. I saw him around the 35-yard line. Stepped out at the 40, but that's a big gain there for the Ghost. Gain of 20 on a good scamper by Carroll. And 1st and 10 in Polar Bear territory. Carroll's definitely showing the urge to run the ball. Even the corner on that one, something to note. As soon as Carroll broke the pocket, immediately the corner went after the quarterback, completely left his receiver open. We'll see if the sophomore quarterback pick up on that as the game goes along. Handoff, Muhammad Jodes stood up at the line of scrimmage, bounced off initially, but will lose a yard on the tackle from the Polar Bears. His first carry of the game goes for negative yardage. He'll take a break. Reardon checks back in. 2nd and 11 from the 41 of Hortonville. Another weird game, kind of back and forth, nothing for both teams, and eventually Kaukauna breaks out of it, shows a lot of aggression, a surprise onside kick, a big shot after a timeout. And now, will they keep the drive going with more aggression? 8 minutes left. Snap, pass to the far side. Gussman, he'll make the catch and cut up field and get to the 41-yard line, gain of 2. Second reception for Gussman. Or Christensen, they said. Definitely thought that was Gussman's number. Oh, tackle by Christensen. There's not even a Christensen on Kaukauna's roster. 3rd and 9 here for the Ghosts. 4-down territory if you're Kaukauna. What will be your setup play here on 3rd down? Low receiver left side, Bauer. Snap, deep drop from Carroll. They're setting up a screen, now rolling. Carroll breaks through the second level. Big burst of speed across the 30, inside the 20, and dragged down at the 9-yard line. That was some big-time speed from your quarterback. 2 back-to-back carries for Carroll, and he's got 50 yards just on those 2 carries. 1st and 10 Ghosts. And the Ghosts are on the doorstep for another touchdown. That is a big-time move by your sophomore quarterback. Weinberg and Bauer to the left. 2 tight ends to the right, stacked up on the right side. Now sending one to the left. Snap, handoff, Reardon. Finding a hole, diving forward inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line. 2nd and goal. Ghosts on the doorstep. Inside the 6:20 mark now. Pearson, Bauer, and Kavanaugh Weinberg left. Reardon the left hip of Carroll in the gun. Snap, handoff, Reardon makes a man miss, dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Kaukauna. The first rushing touchdown of the day for the Ghosts, and that makes the score 13-0 with a point after pending from Kavanaugh Weinberg. A good drive. The Ghosts, when it seems like they've lost momentum, a missed surprise onside kick, a turnover, they've found a way to regain it, and they drive down the field for the score. Weinberg, kick up, is good. The score, 14-0. The Ghosts with the lead. You're watching WIAA football on Zaleski Sports.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Back here in Kaukauna, the score, 14-0, the Ghosts with the lead. Each year, more than 6,000 high school students get their head start on their college education thanks to dual credit classes made possible by Fox Valley Technical College. These are college-level courses that the high school students are taking for free, saving on average of more than $600 per student. Learn more at fvtc.edu/gettechnical. Kavanaugh Weinberg approach, a hard line drive kick, going to the far side, will bounce at the 1, check up, and it's going to stay on the goal line and out of bounds. Close to a free kick out of bounds, close to a touchback, and it turns into a touchback, just barely rolled inside the pylon. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Polar Bears. Travel Leaders Discovery specializes in creating personalized, unforgettable, and stress-free travel experiences for individuals, families, and groups of all sizes. Travel Leaders Discovery is a full-service agency booking beach, vacations, cruises, hotel-only, air hotel, Disney, hotel rentals, house rentals, business travel, romantic travel, and family vacations. Anywhere you want to go, they can do it. Travel Leaders Discovery, 833-TL-TRIPS, and visit them at tltrips.com. Fake the handoff, throw to the near side, completed but brought down immediately. Good job on the near side, Will Clark, letting him catch it but bringing him down immediately. Gain of 2 to number 4, Grayson Rakin. 2nd and 8. Rakin's second reception. 6 yards for the junior receiver. Slot to the left, or right, lone receiver left, that's Rankin. Pfeiffer hands it off, going up the middle. Barons bouncing it out to outside, and he's going to lose yardage. Loss of 2, and the Ghost defense now starting to put some pressure on the Polar Bears. That defensive front taking charge for the Ghosts, making their presence felt. 3rd and a long 9, basically a 3rd and 10 here upcoming for the Polar Bears inside the 5-minute mark. The Polar Bears will receive the second half kickoff to start that, but that is in 4 minutes and 50 seconds. Slot left, lone receiver right. Pfeiffer straight drop, has time, clean pocket, throws and through the hands, incomplete. That was a good throw by Pfeiffer. Rankin couldn't hold on to it in 4th down. Culligan Water specializes in all of your water softener, drinking water, and water filtration systems. You can count on Culligan to keep your water pure and healthy with unparalleled service and convenient delivery options. Isaac Benke On punt formation, left-footed kicker just barely gets it away. Pressure up the middle from Kaukauna, and he's going to get a good roll. This is going to roll out around the 37-yard line. That's a good field-flipping kick for Isaac Benke. He's going to stay on the field and play some defense here, but that was much needed, a field flipper, and the Polar Bears now have an opportunity to bear down, no pun intended, bear down and make a big play here. Play for a turnover and have amazing field position here. They have 2 timeouts to Kaukauna's 1. If you're Kaukauna, 21 would look really good going into the half. 1st and 10, Galloping Ghosts. Ball marked at the 35-yard line. Stack slot to the right. Counter play coming from the Ghost. Reardon cannot get past the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. His 9th carry of the evening. Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com and find an agent in your area. I'd like to thank all our sponsors, make all of our Zaleski Sports broadcasts possible. Like I said, if you haven't checked out our website, please do. We cover high school sports. Slot to the left. Running back Rudin, right hip of Carroll. Pressure showing. Here comes the Polar Bears faking the handoff. Carroll, a little dump pass. It won't have the same success, but it will have some success, completing it to Geitman. Gain of 11 through the air, 12 through the air. Kaukauna starting to find something in that tight end dump pass. 1st and 10, Ghosts. Now in what they call a 4-minute offense. You want to take the time but get the score, but you want to chew up the clock. 3 receivers right, lone receiver Bauer to the left side of the formation. He's got press coverage on him. The big 6'3" receiver on the far side. Looking that way, pumps, now rolling to the right. Carroll throwing on the run. He's got his target and brought down. Big time completion from Carroll, who's knocked down on the play. Reception there by Schwalbach. "28 yards through the air. That was a good throw once again on the run. Not something you're always going to be comfortable with your quarterback doing, but a lot of trust in the sophomore quarterback making these throws on the run. Three minutes and 1 second. Clock stopped. Player went out of bounds. Gustman and Bauer to the left. Reardon to the right. Tight end to the right side as well. On the flex, tight end left, tight to the formation. Snap, handoff, Aiden Reardon to the second level, to the 20. 10-5, touchdown, Kaukauna. And the Ghosts have found their offense. 2 rushing touchdowns for Aiden Reardon in the first half. And the score is 20-0 Ghosts. What a drive. The Ghosts are clicking on all facets of this game right now. Kavanaugh Weinberg to kick. And we have a 21-0 lead for the Galloping Ghost. We'll step aside. You're watching Kaukauna and Hortonville on Zaleski Sports.
My grandparents worked so hard their whole life to keep things nice. You want to make sure that you're getting the job done correctly. At no point did I feel like I wasn't being handled by professionals. They were literally taking it on a surgical level, it seemed. Like they were very, very thorough on every step. I feel like Infinity treated my family with the same respect they would have treated their own. I feel like my house is brand new again.
Back here in Kaukauna, the score 21-0. The Ghosts have found the offense and have stifled the Polar Bears offense here. The Polar Bears have not played bad offense. They just haven't been able to sustain drives, whether it be turnovers. There was the fumble early on or just not being able to get consecutive first downs. You're not seeing a lot of 3 and outs, but you're not seeing multiple first downs on drives. That's what's been killing the Polar Bears. And for the Ghosts, it's been a lot of fast-paced big strikes. A knuckleball kick from Weinberg, fielded by the up man around the 20-yard line. Here come the Polar Bears. He's got a block, and he's going to get to the 40. He's across the 40 to the 50. Going on the far sidelines to the 40, the 40, 35. Out of bounds around the 30-yard lines is number 10, Evan Hooks. Big return by Hooks. And momentum. Folks who have heard my broadcast have heard me talk about momentum probably more than they would love to hear. But that's a big momentum builder if you're the Polar Bears. You needed something dynamic like that to get something going for your team. And now ball marked well into Kaukauna territory. Here's your chance to answer a score and maybe double down here, as they will return the second half kickoff. Can the Polar Bears get a sustained drive here? Ball at the 30 of Kaukauna, slot left, slot right, Pfeiffer in the gun, Behrens to his right hip. Now sending motion man across, back across, handoff up the middle. Behrens puts his head down, and the Kaukauna defensive front has been doing their job. Gain of 2 on the carry for Behrens, and it's a tough 2 yards at that. What is a way to slow down a 6-foot-plus running back? You make sure you tackle him and make sure he feels it when he gets tackled. And I think Kaukauna's doing that right now. Behrens playing both ways and is starting to feel it a little bit. 2nd and 8. Pfeiffer gets a snap, fakes the handoff, quarterback keep. I was wondering when they're going to go to it. He'll get some positive yards, rolls off the tackle, but they're going to say down. That's tough to say. It's hard to see from this angle from this far away. 3 on the carry for Behrens. Or excuse me, Pfeiffer, and it's going to set up a 3rd and 5. That play before, if you're Kaukauna's coaches in the booth, I'd immediately be calling down to them, make sure they stay contained on that outside, because the play before when they handed off to Behrens, that zone read was wide open, and the next play they went right to it with Pfeiffer. 3 yards and brings up a 3rd and 5. Slot from right goes to the left side of formation. Pfeiffer, drop, time, throwing over the head of his intended target. And it's incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th down. 5 of 9 through the air for Pfeiffer. And this is tough. Is it 4-down territory where you need the touchdown, or do you take the points? 3 points is better than no points, but does 3 points really help you? I don't think so. And neither does the Polar Bears, as they're going to go for it here on 4th. Slot to the left. Lone receiver to the right side. Pfeiffer, pressure coming from the Ghost. Under duress, rolling, breaking tackles, stands up, still making men miss. He's going to tuck it and run it and get back to the line of scrimmage. Actually losing 2. And a whole lot of nothing comes out of that play. Great play by A.J. Pfeiffer to keep his feet. He is a very athletic quarterback. And actually, if you're Hortonville, I see this freshman quarterback that I did not catch his name, and I did catch his name, but I cannot remember it. His brother's on the team. Anyways, very similar in their looks and by their plays. They're both very athletic quarterbacks, and they Johnny Manziel-esque, where they can make plays out of nothing, and you've seen it there, just to no avail for Hortonville. Turnover on downs, and here come the Galloping Ghosts. Carroll throws over the middle. Yes, and there comes a flag. Cavi Weinberg got hit. It was close to an uncatchable ball, but I think if he didn't get hit, it would have been a much closer play. I don't think he would have made the catch, but he would have been able to elevate, and he wasn't able to do that on that play. And I think that is a good call. I was almost going to say I'm surprised there's not a flag on that, but the back judge did his best Dak Prescott at impersonation, or Jalen Hurts, and threw that flag in. Got to give a shout out to those Cowboys, because our boss man, Jason Zaleski, is a big Cowboys fan. I don't know what to say about that. Go Pack, go. That's all I got to say. 1st and 10 Ghosts after the penalty. Carroll rolling, throwing near side. He's got his man, Cavi Weinberg, and he's out of bounds at the 49-yard line, 48-yard line. Gain of 6. That's Cavi's second catch of the game. 2nd and 4 here for the Ghosts. Inside 2 minutes. Inside a minute, 58 seconds. Only one timeout for the Ghosts. 2 for Hortonville. If you can get a turnover, Hortonville would probably be using those timeouts on that next possession. 3 receivers left. Pearson Bauer near side. Carroll pressure picked up by Muhammad Job, but cannot escape out of the pocket and brought down. We'll see, do Hortonville take the timeout here, and they don't look like it. A little surprising that they don't take that. Loss of close to 10 on the sack. Do you value an extra possession? But here comes Kaukauna. They're quick to the ball. Pressure coming. It's a screen. And that's always a good thing when pressure comes through, because here goes Muhammad Job. He's got the first down into Polar Bear territory and brought down. About 16 yards on the reception, and here come the Ghosts. But an injury timeout for the Polar Bears. He's getting up. I think we'll stay here. Kind of surprised. That was quick to the ball goes Kaukauna. Muhammad Job, his first reception of the game, goes for 16. 1st and 10 now. Injured Polar Bears number 29, Cash Botting, senior. Here we go. Quick to go down, quick to get up. That's a good sign, but he's on the sideline taking off his helmet. He'll be out. Big senior leader for the Polar Bears is out. 1st and 10, 3 receivers left. Lone receiver, Pearson Bauer to the near side. Carroll rolling left, sets his feet, throws on the run. Cavi Weinberg sliding catch. Good catch by Cavi. Gain of 11, and that's a 1st and 10 Ghosts. Clock stops. And the Ghosts with 17 seconds, one timeout. They don't need to clock it. They're going to say he slid in bounds. So they're going to... They don't need to. They don't need to. Yeah, they're going to say he's out of bounds. Kaukauna was ready to clock the ball, but the clock will not start, and they're going to set up a new play here. They have one timeout. You'd like to save it. Play clock, and here's confusion. Gusman coming in the near side. He has to get set. Does. Trips to the right, lone receiver left. Still have time on the play clock. Quick drop. Carroll throwing far side. In and out of the hands of Bauer. Incomplete. And Butterfinger's chance once again from the Hortonville Polar Bear student section. It's fun to see the student sections always go at it. You're seeing that here early from week 1 of conference play. Hortonville traveled very well. Their student section, though, not to the same size as Kaukauna. And those two have gone at it a little bit here today. 13 seconds now, one timeout. Middle of the field is open. Clock stops on a 1st down, but we'll start on the reset of the chains. Lone receiver left, 3 to the right. Weinberg, Bauer, and Gusman to the right. Schwalbach to the left. Job in at running back. Carroll rolling, throwing on the run. High throw in and out of the hands of the safety, incomplete. And you were wondering when he was going to get offline on one of those throws on the run. That one did not set his feet, threw back across his body, and nearly was intercepted for the 2nd time here tonight. That's when quarterbacks come to the sidelines here in high school ball, you get the play call from the sidelines. That's when the offense coordinator say, hey, quarterback, let's take a breath. 3rd down, you don't want to end the possession with a turnover. And timeout. Polar Bears will step aside. You're watching Kaukauna Galloping Ghost football on Zaleski Sports.
At Ridgestop Exteriors, we're more than your average home improvement company. We're your neighbors, and for over 20 years, we've been trusted and proudly serving right here in your community. Customer service is our #1 goal. Call now for your free estimate.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
Back here in Kaukauna. Timeout Hortonville, 6 seconds. Ball marked at the 31-yard line, 3rd and 10. Is Kaukauna playing for 6, or are they going to set up a long field goal here? We will see. Stick around during our halftime break. We will have a bit of our episode of Hard Knocks St. Mary, game that we did last week, Manawa versus St. Mary, but thing we offer at Zaleski Sports, a Hard Knocks St. Mary. Here goes a quick play up the middle. Cavi dives forward, and they're playing for the field goal. Completed pass. Gain of 8 through the air. Cavi quick to go down with it. And here comes the field goal attempt. Makes the catch. Goes down with it. Takes off the receiving gloves. And he'll try. What is this? A 25 plus 17. That would be 36? 37? I'm not good at math if you haven't been able to tell that. I have it as 42 if you had 17. So clearly not good at math, but if I write it down in my handy-dandy notebook, 42-yard attempt here for Kavanaugh Weinberg. He's got the leg for it. We've seen it on his extra points. He's definitely got the distance. Wind is kind of in his face. It's a west-southwest wind, but now a little bit more from the south. 2 seconds left. Here we go. Hold will be from around the 31-yard line. It's about a 41-yard kick. And Hortonville says, you know what? You've seen it done in the pros. We're going to freeze you. Timeout, Hortonville. We'll stay here for this one. Speaking of freezing, Birkin Heating and Cooling is your factory-authorized Bryant dealer. Birkin Heating and Cooling services all makes and models. Now's the right time to get warm for winter. Birkin Heating and Cooling. Call 920-759-1478 and see Birkin Heating and Cooling on Facebook for more information. Have the dance team, but we cannot show the dance team on our stream. Maybe the band stuck around. I do not see them. It's potential. But also stick around during the halftime. We'll have Hard Knocks St. Mary's, Week 2. I believe it's called Resilience was the title of that one. I watched it actually yesterday. Or no, 2 days ago. 2 days ago I watched it. A great production that Zaleski Sports offers. Hard Knocks St. Mary's, Episode 2 on at halftime. Cavi Weinberg to try the 42-yarder to send it to half. Snap, hold, kick, up, line drive. It is good! 42 yards for Cavi Weinberg, and the score, 24-0. The Ghosts of Kaukauna with the lead. We'll step aside. You're watching Kaukauna Galloping Ghost Football on Zaleski Sports.
Part of a Marshfield tradition at Maple Fall Fest, September 13th and 14th. Start each morning with a potato or buttermilk pancake breakfast and shop over 125 handmade arts and craft vendors. Also, make sure to check out the Kids Zone, yummy food court with maple specialties, beer garden, and a comedic grilling show with TV's Mad Dog and Meryl. Don't miss the 33rd Annual Maple Fall Fest, Saturday and Sunday, September 13th and 14th at Wildwood Park and Zoo in Marshfield. Learn more at visitmarshfield.com and follow us on Facebook.
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hard Knocks on Zaleski Sports is presented by Security Health Plan. SecurityHealth.org is your portal to find your plan, a doctor, prescription tools, and more. For 24/7 access and all the tools and resources needed to improve your well-being, right at your fingertips, visit SecurityHealth.org.
new year for St. Mary Catholic Zephyrs football means a new opportunity to improve on their 1-8 record from last year. In 2025, the team is practically unrecognizable compared to 2024. And perhaps the biggest difference for Zephyrs football, the coaching staff, led now by head coach Rob Detterman, offensive coordinator Brian Keller, and defensive coordinator Earl Peterson. But there are some familiar faces. Senior quarterback Maddox Dwyer returning for one more year, hoping to lead his Zephyrs to a different result than last year.
I mean, I just want our team to get better in general. Like past years, we kind of got a bad image built on us. Hasn't been the best since going back to 11-man. And this year we got new coaching staff, so they're helping me. They're helping the team get better. So I think overall we just want to, like, building steps. Like, we want to work our way up. Obviously, we know we're not going to be there right away. But little by little, we're working on fundamentals, which for me is really important because I know past years it's always been like my footing, which has been wrong. And now this year, I'm already seeing improvements with it. I'm getting the ball out quicker, getting the ball out farther. So overall, it's just the fundamentals and building up to the goal where we want to be and get to playoffs, hopefully get to state. Well, we are going to get to state. So it's just going to be lots of fun. It's going to be a fun journey.
New coach this year. Tell us about that.
This year, we're really breaking down the game more with them. We're going more to just fundamentals. We're going to run the ball a lot more. We're going to have big plays, but we're going to also go for more like short passes. We're going to play situational football, control time of possession, which they're really big on. And the defensive side, don't play defense, but the defensive side of the ball, I know they're working really hard. None of them are scared this year to hit it all. Our coaches are doing them right. And just even things like special teams, they're really getting a sharp on and putting in a lot of work, just reps, reps, reps.
New head coach Rob Detterman, a resident of the St. Mary's community for the past 5 years, says that despite all the changes that have come to St. Mary's football, the expectations, at least within the organization, are no different.
Expectations outside our program probably aren't going to be real high, but inside they are. We have a lot of talent, we have a lot of energy, a lot of people working really hard. And it's been that way since March 10th when we started the weight program. We've had good attendance, about 40 kids in on every day out of 55 on the team. That's really great. So when we're working out here, the effort's been really good all summer. The attendance has been great. So that's raised our expectations, and the reality is it's going to pay off. I don't think I could have came in with a better class of seniors. Honestly, these guys are willing to do whatever we asked. We've asked a lot of different things of them. We do little things, little discipline things like our lockers. You know, before they had no locker room rules, but our lockers, if you walk in the locker room after practice, will look identical. Every helmet will be on the same hook. Every shoulder pad will be turned the same way. Every gloves will be in the same place. Everything will look the same. And these kids, no pushback at all. They've jumped right on it. They've done everything we asked them to do as leaders.
Those leaders on the Zephyrs are known as conductors.
Conductors.
I'd like Carter Pendergast to stand up over here. Guys, we need more people like him. Every time we're missing someone on offense, no matter what position, I turn around, he's standing by coach, I say we need someone. He raises his hand, gets in there, no matter if it's varsity, JV, he's always ready to go. We need everyone to be like that, all right? That's how you get coach's attention. That's how you earn yourself more reps and play time.
Hey, let's get a horn for Carter. Carter.
At the end of practice, conductors are given the opportunity to shout out the efforts of their teammates, and sometimes, oftentimes, give them a horn.
Give a horn for Gibby. Horn. 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 There we go. There we go.
Every day we're shuffling, but right now we're shuffling into our halftime show. J-Town, Justin Krzyzewski, Jacob Link, 24-0, the Ghosts of Kaukauna with the lead over the Hortonville Polar Bears here on the Fox Valley Association home opener for the Galloping Ghosts. And what has been a game that really started out slow, got cleaned up by both teams, one team way more than others. Let's dive on into the stats. We'll start with the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. Aiden Reardon leading rusher, 10 carries, 61 yards. He has 2 touchdowns. And quarterback Carroll, wow. Focus in here. Sorry. Ryan Carroll, trying to find his first name. Sophomore quarterback Ryan Carroll. He has 6 carries for 40. 50 of those came on 2 back-to-back carries on scrambles. Carroll through the air, though, is having a pretty decent day. $11 of 16 through the air. That's pretty good completion percentage, including a streak of 8 straight completions for 149 yards, 1 touchdown. He does have 1 interception. Leading receiver for the Galloping Ghosts in terms of yardage is number 14. That is Brenton Geithner. He had the 50-yard touchdown on the tight end dump pass, as well as a 12-yard reception for a total of 2 catches, 62 yards. Gustman has 11 on 2 receptions. Swallenbach has 2 receptions for 33. Mohammed Job has 16 on 1 reception. Aiden Reardon has 13 on 2 receptions. And in terms of receptions, leading receiver is number 1, Kavanaugh Weinberg, with 4 receptions for 28 yards. And we were talking about in the beginning of the game where it seemed like neither offense could get any traction. A very slow start. One team cleaned it up. The other team was not able to clean it up. That team was Kaukauna, because Hortonville's offense has struggled. The Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts defense has really restricted the rushing attack for only 2 positive yards for the rushing attack. 5 rushes for 5 yards for Barons, 2 rushes for 4 yards for Holdren. Quarterback Pfeiffer has -7, even though he does have a couple scrambles for a couple positive yards. 2 rushing yards. That's a huge first half number. And then on the passing side of things, 5 of 9 through the air for 38 yards. Total of 40 offensive yards for Hortonville. And that's just really outstanding, because it seemed like that first drive especially, they were able to move the ball. But ever since then, it turns out there actually was a lot more 3 and outs than I originally thought. It seemed like they were moving the ball, but they just weren't able to get that first down. And that happened ever since that first possession where they did get the first down. They had a 25-yard pass play early on the second pass attempt from A.J. Pfeiffer. That went to number 3, Isaac Benke, who has 2 receptions for 28 yards. But really, the Kaukauna defense has done a good job of making Pfeiffer uncomfortable, making him scramble, making him try to find somebody. And he hasn't, 5 and 9 passing isn't terrible, only 4 in completion. So it's not like he's throwing the ball away. It's just nothing has been able to happen. And I think if you're Hortonville, you're trying to rely on that rush attack, and they just haven't been able to get anything against that defensive front for the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. Early on in the game, they had one first fumble for a turnover that was recovered by Mike Hill. And that really was in part due to Pfeiffer was uncomfortable, rolled out, put the ball on the ground to try to regain his balance, and just lost control of the ball. So really, the Ghost defense has done the job, and that has been what we talked about in our pregame. Was one of these defenses is going to have to show up in a big way, because both defense have been ran over figuratively and actually. In terms of Hortonville, their rushing defense has been hard for them this year. Of course, that number is skewed in the negative because 239 rushing yards from Pulaski last week. But Kaukauna's defense has answered that call, and they've showed up in a big way here tonight on Thursday night. Of course, thank you for listening and watching. We know there's a highly anticipated banner-raising ceremony in Philadelphia, but we know you're watching us, and we appreciate that. We're going to step aside for a little bit longer break here and then come back, get ready for second half action. 24-0, the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts leading the Hortonville Polar Bears here on Zaleski Sports.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than Get Now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
High school sports and entertainment, there's nothing like it, you can't contain it. Hungry. Friday nights with hometown pride, Zaleski Sports is statewide hype. Cameras roll, the crowds go crazy, live stream gold, it's never lazy. Play so big, you'll replay it twice, coverage bold, it's really nice. High school sports and entertainment, there's nothing like it, you can't contain it. Hungry. Hometown hype, we lift it higher. Zaleski Sports, we bring the fire.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
At Ridgetop Exteriors, we're more than your average home improvement company. We're your neighbors, and for over 20 years, we've been trusted and proudly serving right here in your community. Customer service is our #1 goal. Call now for your free estimate.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
Back here in Kaukauna, both teams hitting the field, getting ready for second half action here on Zaleski Sports. J-Town, Justin Krzyzewski, Jacob Link producing this one. A big first half for the Galloping Ghosts. Defensively and offensively, they have figured it out. 100 yards of rushing offense, 149 through the air. The offense for Kaukauna is clicking, and the defense as well, as they've completely stifled the rushing attack for Hortonville, and that has helped in part stifle their passing attack. I don't know, did they put the extra? I don't think they put the extra 2 minutes on for the warm-up, so we'll be sticking around here. Moments away, and another factor, I don't know how accurate my phone is, but I just got a notification that it says potential for rain in 30 minutes. Checking my weather app. And sure enough, there it is. Rain starting in 22 minutes. Looks like a quick pop-up shower. We should be good. We here in the booth is good because we're a east-facing booth, so the rain hopefully will be coming from behind us and should not affect our equipment. If it does, we'll put it in the windows, but we'll make that work. We'll see how that affects the players on the field, as they did put the extra time on. And let's dive on into this as a second half. What needs to happen if you're Hortonville? Any way, shape, or form, you need to find an offensive identity. If it is rushing, you're going to have to do a better job of breaking up that defensive front, as the Kaukauna front seven, as they call it, like the defensive line linebacking group, has done a very good job of really stifling the rush. And then you have to find a way to slow down the explosiveness of this offense. A 50-yard touchdown play, 2 rushes of over 20 yards for the quarterback, a 26-yard rushing touchdown for Aiden Reardon. Both facets for Kaukauna has been explosiveness, and it's kind of taken advantage of Hortonville. If you're Kaukauna, more of the same. You finally have your defense field more settled in after the first 2 weeks. I mean, I think everybody watching knows who West De Pere is. West De Pere is a juggernaut. It is a team that has been successful for even when I was in high school. Like 10-plus years of sustained success for the Phantoms. They know what they're doing in West De Pere. And Notre Dame is also a very good program. This whole Fox Valley area is a very good program. So you're going to get faced with some tough tasks early on, and that's what Kaukauna did. But as I talked with St. Mary's coach last week, they played Manawa, a smaller school than them, kind of a reset for them, resilience as what we saw in the Hard Knocks episode for St. Mary's. Because week 1 they played Amherst, a powerhouse, a traditional powerhouse in the state of Wisconsin, not just central Wisconsin, but the state of Wisconsin. Amherst has made deep playoff runs every year, it seems. So you're going to have to face tough opponents down the road. These opponents, these teams will make you better as the day goes on, or as the season goes on. And if you're Kaukauna, this could be your reset. We played 2 very tough teams to start the season. We're diving into the season within a season, which is conference play. The Fox Valley Association, like other conferences in the area, not an easy one. And that's what that non-conference season is supposed to do, is prepare you for the hard games ahead. Next week is Neenah. As of right now, Kaukauna traveling to Neenah will be on Zaleski Sports. I'm going to confirm with the athletic director. I sent out the email. Should be hearing back for them shortly, hopefully. But we'll be there next week. And then down the line, you got Fond du Lac, who last I saw they were up early. That was extremely early. Got an update in our YouTube chat. Thank you guys for chatting with us, too. Appreciate all of our fans listening and watching. But the Appleton schools are good. Of course, Kimberly and Kaukauna, one of the more famed rivalries in the area. And you can't slouch at anybody in this conference. Cavi Weinberg hit a 42-yarder to send it to halftime. He'll start the second half with a kickoff here. And this one will get into the end zone. Kavanaugh Weinberg, known as a good receiver, showing off that very strong leg here tonight. In this breezy fall day, 54 degrees here to start the second half. Wind picking up a little bit. The wind has shifted more to the south. 1st and 10 Polar Bears. Now is the time to start the drive. Get momentum. Doesn't have to be a big flashy play. It can be a long, dominating drive. If you're Hortonville, you'll take it either way. Slot left, slot right. Barron's the big running back to the left hip of Pfeiffer. Drop, pump fake, looking for a big play. Escapes Hunter Myers, rolling right, throwing on the run. Jump ball, and it's brought in and caught at the 40-yard line and brought down. And there is a flag, and it's going to be coming back. Ineligible man downfield. An offensive lineman got too far up the – you get about a yard and a half. And it's going to be a 5-yard penalty on the Hortonville Polar Bears. Pass was completed to number 20, Connor Christensen, but it will not stand. And that kind of is something you see in these early season matchups. The shooting yourself in the foot. When you get momentum, you have a huge play like they just did, and then all of a sudden it has to come back because of a penalty, and that's something you hope changes as the season goes along. A.J. Pfeiffer, the junior quarterback, breaks the huddle. We'll see if Hortonville's going to keep it more through the air. Christensen into the right with number 4, Rankin. Drop for Pfeiffer. Rolling and brought down. Are they going to call it a sack, or are they going to go with the incomplete pass? And they're going to call now an incomplete pass. And a late flag, and that will be for intentional grounding. So the play will stand. It'll be a loss of down. It'll be a half the distance penalty. If you're Kaukauna, you almost hope for the sack, but it will be grounding because the ball did not get out of bounds or past the line of scrimmage. You see Coach Matt Binsfield coming over, discussing it with the near side official. He was the one that called it an incomplete pass. You could see the referee in the back was waiting for one of his side judges to call it incomplete or a sack. And it is pushed way back down to the inside the 2-yard line. And now if you're that front 7 for Kaukauna, you're licking your chops. Second and extremely long here from the 2-yard line. Slot left, slot right. Barron's on the right hip of Pfeiffer in the shotgun. Slot from left goes to the right. Pfeiffer going to throw. Time in the pocket, now under duress. Rolling in the end zone, throwing on the run. He's got his man. Good catch. And brought down at the 20-yard line. Back to the original line of scrimmage is number 30, Engelbert. Give him a gain. I would say that's about 15 through the air. And that's a big play. Pfeiffer, you would think you would want to run out of the end zone, but he stayed in the end zone running along the line of the goal line essentially, extending that play, and that's where quarterbacks like that can hurt you. If you're extending the plate so much, you can get the holding in the end zone, which is a safety. You could get sacked. You could get hit by a blindside guy that you didn't see. But sometimes it works out, and it makes for electric plays. 3rd and 10 now. Ball marked at the original line of scrimmage. Hortonville trying to keep it going. 3 receivers left, looking that way. Pressure. Pfeiffer steps up, throws on the run. Pass incomplete. Off the hands of the intended target, Rinkin. Pfeiffer on the turf, gets up, and it is a 4th down. That's another one. And 5'10", I mean, that's not a short quarterback by any means, but I think these offensive linemen for Hortonville and the defense for Kaukauna are just overshadowing him, and he gets in that pocket tight to the line, and then he has to bounce around, and he cannot get into his throws. That's twice now they've tried for that double move with no success. Benke to punt, flag on the snap. A knuckleball punt. They'll hit at the 40 and roll, and Kaukauna's going to have great field position here unless they have an offsides penalty, which we'll see, and it is a procedural penalty and illegal formation. So I'll see. I don't know if that adds on from the end of the kick or if they'll have him re-kick. Coach Matt Binsfield on the field, getting it discussed where he wants the penalty. An illegal formation on Hortonville. 5 yards from the down ball spot. It'll be 1st and 10 Kaukauna in plus territory. Fox Valley Tool and Die is a precision machine job shop that supplies critical machine components from a range of customers, from Fortune 100 companies to local paper mills. Contact them today at 920-766-9455. 1st and 10 Galloping Ghost. First possession of the second half for Carroll and the Ghost offense. Slot right, running back left hip. That's Aiden Reardon. Pressure coming. Fake the handoff. Now rolling. Carroll is sacked. Number 20 in on there, Connor Christensen. That's a decent loss on the play. Loss of 7. And that's what you want, though, if you're Hortonville. You want that defense to start showing up a little bit more aggressively. And they brought pressure. They've been bringing pressure all day. This time it got home to Carroll. Weinberg and Bauer to the right. Gustman and Schwalbach to the left. Play clock running down. Reardon the running back, right hip of Carroll in the shotgun. Ball marked at midfield. Snap, handoff. Aiden Reardon across the 45 and will get pushed back to the original line of scrimmage. Gain of 7 on his 11th carry. 68 yards total for him now. Couple offensive linemen slowly getting out of the pile. It's a grueling game in the trenches. Actually, give him a gain of 8. It'll bring up a 3rd and 9. 69 yards now for Aiden Reardon. 3 receivers right. Pearson Bauer, lone receiver to left side. Tight pressure, press coverage on him. Carroll looking that way the whole way. Jump ball. It's well over his head. Incomplete. 4th down. He gave him a check right away. And Kaukauna will bring on the punt team. Advantage Machine has invested in the Machine Center, machine tools, and metal investors and their people. Advantage Machine offers first-class workplace to ensure the best quality and with our responsive customer service, fair pricing, and on-time delivery. Call 920-462-4427 and see Advantage Machine on Facebook to hear more from them. Carroll the punt, a high booming kick. This one's going to get in the end zone. And it does. Almost bounced over the crossbar, and it'll be a touchback. A little too much on that one. And we'll flip over to Hortonville side. That's a win if you're Hortonville's defense. You needed a stop. You needed to stop that Kaukauna offense, and they did right there. But now you still have to find that offense. Nothing for them so far. First and 10 from the 20. Still under 50 yards of total offense for Hortonville. 4 down linemen for the Galloping Ghost. Slot right. Snap. Handoff. Barons. That's a decent chunk of yards. Gain of 3 on the rush. Any little bit. Almost 4 yards on that carry. Still be second and a long 6. But those kind of carries add up after a while. The night sky cool here in Kaukauna. Slot to the right. Tight end flexed off the right side as well. Running back left hip of Pfeiffer. Snap, handoff, goes to Barons. Once again, up the middle. This time, Kaukauna's front 7 has him wrapped up. Gain of 2, though, is able to get ahead and bring up a 3rd and 5. 3rd and 4 about, actually. 3rd and a long 4. Trying to establish an identity, trailing 24-0 is Hortonville, 7-18 and counting in the 3rd quarter. This is a big 3rd down. It's been a while since we've seen a converted first down on 3rd down for Hortonville. Rolling to the right, Pfeiffer, a throwback screen, and it's going to be caught by Barons, and he's got a lane. He's got the first down. Flag flies, and I believe this one's coming back. Weird play there. Number 23 for Kaukauna, Julian Becker, actually was in perfect position to intercept that, and there was no flag. I thought I saw a flag fly. So that's actually a big play there. Gain of 14 to Barons. But 23, Becker was actually in perfect position, but it looked like he was complaining to an official that there wasn't a call. I'm assuming he got thrown. And here comes. Oh, what a catch! One-handed catch out of the backfield, or excuse me, from the tight end, number 30, Engelbert, and more flags fly, and now we're getting a little bit intense. Great catch by Engelbert. It's a gain of 9, and we'll see what the flags after the play will be. What a catch. One-handed snag by Engelbert. I was just about to say, here comes Hortonville. They get a first down, and then they had a great play on that first down. But now you got to fear if this is a penalty on them that it'll back it up. After the play, personal foul on Kaukauna. No offsetting penalties, and it's going to back Kaukauna's defense back to their side of the field. A game which has been fairly clean for the Galloping Ghosts. Not a lot of penalties. Takes a dramatic turn here with their first one being a 15-yarder. Looked like a late hit out of bounds kind of more so than anything. I'm sure there was some chirping going on afterwards, but nonetheless, it's a 15-yard variety. And just like that, Hortonville trying to ride that little momentum they had. They had a first down, the first one in a very long time. Amazing one-handed catch, plus 15 yards because of the penalty. 1st and 10, ball marked at the 44-yard line of Kaukauna. Slot left, slot right. Barron's left hip of Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer looking left. Throws on an out route and in and out of the hands of his intended target. Looked like he was going to Christensen. The 15th passing attempt for A.J. Pfeiffer. And the Kaukauna student section reminding them that they're not supposed to eat butter before the game. Butterfingers for Christensen. 2nd and 10. 6:19 here in the third quarter. Pfeiffer in the shotgun. Flag flies. And we'll have a stoppage here. Must be a false start. Unless it was a neutral zone infraction, but yes, it's a false start on Hortonville. Each year, more than 6,000 high school students get their head start on their college education due to dual credit courses made possible by Fox Valley Technical College. These college-level classes that high school students take for free are, on average, save them more than $600 per student. Visit fvtc.edu/gettechnical to learn more about Fox Valley Technical College. Wind the clock here. 6:18 and counting. 2nd and 15 for the Polar Bears. Now starting to throw the ball more. Pfeiffer rolls up, throws on the jump. He's got his man. Did he catch it? No, they're going to say he's out of bounds. Good effort by Connor Christensen. Good sportsmanship by him to hand the ball to the official. Very frustrating that he didn't get the call, but I think he knew. Tried to hand the ball to the official. The official made sure everybody knew he was out of bounds with the big hand gesture. Picked up the ball to Christensen and handed it to the official. That's good sportsmanship by the junior receiver from Hortonville. 3rd and 15 now. Did the penalty kill the Polar Bears' momentum? Or can they keep it going here on 3rd down, potential 4-down territory, trailing 24-0? Pfeiffer, pump fake, going deep ball, wide open, Christensen, underthrown, and that should be a flag, and they'll get the flag. An unintentional flag. Penalty is going to be called on Dylan Lotzer. Those are one of the tough balls where it's a pass that's dramatically underthrown. And the receiver makes a play to cut back to get to the ball. And Lotzer didn't even know the ball was behind him, just ran into the receiver. It's one of those penalties where it just happens. Now, it's not an automatic 1st down. But the penalty yardage is enough for the 1st down. It was 3rd and 15, 15-yard penalty. Just gives them the yardage to get. No measurement, but I think it's more of a technicality at that point. 1st and 10, ball marked at the 33-yard line of Kaukauna. Hortonville continuing to ride that momentum. Engelbert comes across. Handoff to Barons into the middle of that defense, and that front 7 for Kaukauna has been doing a very good job of limiting the yardage on carries. That one goes for 4. 3. Sometimes the spot looks better than it actually is until you see the sticks get reset. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7 here inside the 5:30 mark. Once again, the first quarter of the half moving along pretty quickly. Slot left, slot right. Running back now on the right hip of A.J. Pfeiffer, the junior quarterback for the Polar Bears. Snap, fake the handoff, throw, and caught. Great catch through traffic. Gain of 15 to number 3, Isaac Benke. He has been the big-time target for receptions, his 3rd, over 40 yards now. And it's 1st and 10 inside the red zone now. Hortonville trying to get on the scoreboard here in the 3rd quarter. Three receivers right, lone receiver to left. Benke to the bottom of your screen. Handoff. The backup running back making a man miss. He's going to get close to the 1st down yardage, and he will get inside the 5. That is number 33, Jack Holdren. And that's enough for a first down inside to the 4-yard line. Gain of 12 on the carry. And now Hortonville finding their offense here. Getting that identity of a little bit on the ground, a little bit through the air. 4:25. Holdren still in at running back. Slot to the right, lone receiver to the left. That is number 2, Daniels. Snap, handoff, Holdren up the middle. Touchdown, Polar Bears. They found pay dirt from 3 yards out, and they're on the scoreboard for the first time tonight. It's not over yet, and you will probably go for 2 points here to make it a 2-score game. Now that's one of these should you or shouldn't you situations. Trailing by 24 originally, now with 6 on the board. If you get a 2-point conversion, it's still a 2-point game. Abrams to the top of your screen. Benke to the bottom in a slot formation. Snap, handoff, fake, rolling, got his man. 2-point conversion successful to Engelbert. And just like that, it's a 2-score game, 24-8. Kaukauna with the lead, but Hortonville on the board. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
Located on County Road KK, Birkin Heating and Cooling has proudly served Kaukauna for over 30 years. As a Bryant Factory authorized dealer, we offer top-quality Bryant and Payne products. We specialize in furnaces, air conditioners, boilers, new home construction, remodels, and April air humidifiers, serving for both residential and commercial needs. Plus, we service all makes and models, offering 24-hour emergency service. Call us today at 920-759-1478 and let Birkin take care of your heating and cooling needs.
And we're back here in Kaukauna. The score, 24-8. The Hortonville Polar Bears have found their offense, and they're on the board for the first time tonight. Touchdown run by Holdren. Faked it to him for the 2-point conversion and dumped it off to Engelbert. And now it is a 2-score game. Can Kaukauna find momentum here in the second half, or is Hortonville poised to keep it rolling? Benke, the left-footed kicker, approach. Pop-up kick, going to be fielded around the 20-yard line by number 21, Hurst. Hurst makes a man miss. He's across the 40 and dragged down. Once again, they kick to Hurst, and he gets a very, very good return. He'll get knocked down around the 48-yard line, they'll say. 1st and 10 Galloping Ghost on a good return by Hurst. Here comes Carroll and the Ghost offense. Handoff to Aiden Reardon. Makes 2-man miss. He'll get upfield across the 50 and then drag down. Gain of 4 on the carry into Polar Bear territory. The 12th carry of the evening for Aiden Reardon. Over the 70 mark now in yardage, 73 yards. I think if you're Kaukauna, obviously you want to keep putting scores up, but long drives now benefit you. And that's what Hortonville did. We told them they needed a long drive to maybe regain some footing, and they did. But now if you're Kaukauna, you're fine with a long drive in terms of eating up clock. Faking the handoff is Carroll. He's into the second level across the 40. Great fake by Carroll, and lowers the shoulder at the 25-yard line. Good run by the quarterback, Carroll. Gain of 25 on the ground. A 3rd carry for Carroll, over 20 yards. Quick up and goes to the offensive coordinator and gets the next play. Great poise by the sophomore quarterback. I'm surprised he took that hit. I didn't actually think he stepped out of bounds. The official said he stepped out of bounds at that contact, but he did a great job absorbing that contact and actually staying on his feet. And just like that, Kaukauna's in business. At the 25, looking to throw deep, cannot, dumps it off to Cavi Weinberg. He makes a man miss. He's going to reverse field. Gets a block from Carroll. Across the field he goes. Breaks another tackle across the 30. Now we'll get into positive yardage. Across the 20 and dives for the first down yardage. What a play by Kavanaugh Weinberg, and he'll get the first down. Cavi Weinberg will get up slowly on the far side, but he just ran a lot of yardage, and he's coming to the sidelines like, I need some water. He'll check out. In will check number 87, Jackson Van Delglaaf. The sophomore receiver for Kaukauna. Or it could be Brady Schwalbach. 287s on the roster. One on the field right now for the Ghost. Slot to the right, lone receiver, Pearson Bauer. A lot of space on the near side. Faking the handoff, Carroll keeps it again. 10, 5, touchdown, Kaukauna. Another one on the ground. 15 yards, touchdown run from Carroll. And the Ghost answer back just like that and make the score 30-8. Kaukauna says we'll see your long scoring drive and answer it with a quick short field touchdown drive of our own. Great return by Hurst. Great offensive running by Carroll, and he finishes it off with a 5-yard touchdown, 15-yard touchdown, and he'll be on to kick or hold the point after. Cavi Weinberg, who had a big run on that, or catch and run on that drive too, to kick. Low snap, gets it down, it's blocked, and it'll be picked up by Carroll to end the play. Cavi went down, and we'll step aside. He is getting up. That's a good sign. 30-8, the score stands. You're watching Kaukauna Galloping Ghost football on Zaleski Sports.
I actually described Fox Valley Tech as a home away from home.
It was very comforting in that it was a class size of 20 people or less.
Cost is a huge factor. When I look at Fox Valley Technical College, you're not spending that much for a degree.
If I was 30 when I went back to school here, I have had no regrets.
I think the hands-on training really sets us apart.
They will do anything to make sure that you succeed. You are going to get the education that you came for.
Back here in Kaukauna, the score after the block point after, 30-8, Galloping Ghost with the lead. J-Town, Justin Krzyzewski, Jacob Link on the production. And we were just talking in that break where it seems like, gosh, this could be a very slow, low-scoring game, has kind of exploded. Kaukauna found their offense late in the first half, whereas that last drive for Hortonville is actually something you would probably earmark as, we want to do this every time. Let's dominate the line of scrimmage, make good of the possession of the ball and get points on the board, which they did on that last drive. A 80-yard touchdown drive that was multiple plays. You flip it. A 52-yard drive for Kaukauna in 4 plays? Kaukauna is rolling, and Hortonville is finding their momentum. But running out of time here, 3 minutes left in the third quarter. And here comes Hortonville on the return. Good returns by both teams. This one's going to get across the 30 and brought down hard. Big tackle there. Is that number 21? It is number 21 on the tackle. Either Lathan Hurst or Jamison Stone. I'm going to go with Hurst. Good return, though, by number 15. Kalen Playman. Only gets to the 29-yard line, but that's not bad field position. Though it seems like that's probably one of the worst field positions that we've had this game. Ball at the 29, 1st and 10, Polar Bears. Pfeiffer. In at running back now is Jack Holdren. Giving a break to number 25, Tristan Behrens. 3 receivers left. Pfeiffer looking that way. Throws a long throw to the far sidelines and has got his man across the 40 and out of bounds. That's a big-time throw for 14 yards to Christensen. That's not the right stat sheet. 18th pass attempt. for Pfeiffer. Good for 14 yards. Polar Bears getting this offense rolling here and need to. Engelbert in motion, snap, handoff to Holdren. He'll dive forward, and that's a good gain of four yards. Actually, yeah, give him 4. Polar Bear student section making sure some noise is heard. And this is a late development if you're Hortonville. You would love this to start a little bit sooner, but this is a big positive as they're starting to roll. Second and a long 5, 6. Motion, snap, fake the handoff, throw quick to the outside. He's got his man chopped down as Abrams, and it's going to be close to the line of gain, and he might be a yard short. It's going to be a yard short. 3rd and a half a yard from the Kaukauna 48. Slot to the right. Motion across to the right, went the slot to the left, and handoff to Holdren, and he'll get the first down yardage. Change of pace to Holdren. Holdren plays big for his 5'9" frame. I mean, maybe he just looks significantly smaller because Tristan Barron's 6'2", and then you go to 5'9" Jack Holdren, but he runs like a bigger back than his stat is for height. I mean, everybody lies on their height in football rosters. Lord knows I have. And it's a 1st and 10 there. Running between the tackles is Holdren. Slot right, slot left, they're inverted. Holdren, left hip of the quarterback Pfeiffer. Straight drop, pump fake, goes for the double move. Nope, drops it down low to Xavier Konecki, leading receiver for the Polar Bears. Gets his first reception of the day. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5. Second and 5 from the 40. 35 seconds and counting here. Hortonville is being productive here in the second half. 3 receivers to the right. Now going to send Engelbert to the left. It's quarterback draw to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer cannot get outside, and he'll get chopped down. He'll get positive yardage, gain of 2. And it'll bring up a 3rd down. And it might be the last play of the quarter, and it will be. 30-8, Kaukauna with the lead, but Hortonville on the drive. You're watching WIAA football action on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices, you got them. In-store, online, we drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big-name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline Motor Oils, all because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
Are you ready to give your kids a head start on smart money habits? With Abbey Bank's Bright Future Checking, kids and teens can learn to manage money with you right by their side. They get their own debit card, and you can keep an eye on spending with easy-to-use mobile banking and card controls. The Bright Future Checking account has no fees, no minimum balance, and kids get a bonus after the first deposit is made. Give your child the power of independence. Stop in or visit abbeybank.com to get started. Abbey Bank is member FDIC.
Back here in Kaukauna, Sweet Caroline plays us into the 4th quarter. It is a 30-8 score, and Hortonville on the drive. There's Barron's back in. Oh, and he loses his feet. I think he got tripped up, though, by number 43. Evan Hiptus on the stop. He did just get his foot, the outside defensive end for Kaukauna, and it brings up a 4th down. Barron's had room on the far side, but I'll end up losing 2. Kaukauna now has a good chance to put this game on ice if they can get a stop here. A lot of quarter left. but a big fourth down turnover on downs would be big for the Galloping Ghost. Pfeiffer, time in the pocket, throws over the middle of the field. It is intercepted by Kaukauna. What an interception by Lathan Hurst. And the Ghosts don't need a turnover on downs. They'll get their second turnover by the defense. Hurst he's making an argument for player of the game. Big returns, and that is a huge interception. And he's pumped up on the sidelines. Kaukana's got that tent set up where they can watch film with each unit, and he is hyped. 1st and 10, Kaukauna. And you're starting to see some subs in there. I believe that's a new quarterback in for the Ghosts. I seen him warming up. Fake the handoff. Nope, that is still Carroll. Gonna throw, resets his feet, and it is incomplete. Intended target number 34, Braden Schrader. Second down here for the Ghosts upcoming. Second and 10. Did mention that Chase Broderick was warming up on the sidelines. He is not in yet. Potentially one more possession for the number 1 unit if they can get a score here. Slot to the left, Gustman and Weinberg. Lone receiver near side, that is Bauer. Mohamed Job in at running back. He'll get the ball and brought down in the backfield. Big play there by number 83, Cameron Studel. Loss of yardage on the play of 4. Take a little bit out of Mohamed Job's average. Had a 16-yard carry earlier. That's a reception, that's why. Mohamed Job's second rush. Second one for a loss. 3 receivers right, Gustman, Schwalbach, and Weinberg. Weinberg in the middle. Lone receiver Pearson Bauer to far side in press coverage. Job, the running back, right hip of Carroll. Carroll pumps, now rolls to the right. Pump left, roll right. Got Weinberg, but led him a little too far, incomplete. Good sportsmanship by the Polar Bears. They did knock down Carroll, but help him back up, and it's a 4th down. And really now, the Ghosts' offenses kind of went stagnant. They had a good first possession here in the second half with great starting field position, but not getting much of anything on this one, and it's 4th and 15. Carroll the punt, back deep to return, Isaac Benke. He stands at the Polar Bear 40-yard line. Punting into the wind, the rain as of now holding off. We'll see if it stays that way. Hortonville bringing pressure, but the kick gets away clean. Bounces at the 48, checks back up, and will die at the 49-yard line, downed there by number 34. Brady Schrader. Travel Leaders Discovery specializes in creating personalized, unforgettable, and stress-free travel experiences for individuals, families, and groups of all sizes. Travel Leaders Discovery is a full-service agency booking beach vacation, cruises, hotel only, air and hotel, Disney, house rentals, business travel, romantic travels, and family vacation. Anywhere you want to go, they have you covered. Call Travel Leaders Discovery at 833-TL-TRIPS or visit them at tltrips.com. Pfeiffer, quick to throw, has his man. That's the second reception of the day for Konecki. And it's a gain of 6 on the reception. Second and 4 for Hortonville. Still 10 minutes left. Clock stops on the player out of bounds. Down by 22. Snap. Fakes the handoff. Oh, and he got tripped up by his own man, and down goes Pfeiffer. Looked awkward. I was almost worried he got hurt there. But I think he and number 33, Holdren, clicked heels. And it's a loss of 5. That's a tough break, and it just seems to be the way the game has gone for the Polar Bears today. 5 steps forward, it seems like 10 steps back almost. 3rd and 9 now, ball at the 49 of Kaukauna. In plus territory. Definitely 4-down territory here late, or in the middle of the 4th quarter here, trailing. Pfeiffer gets a snap, looks far side, bullets pass to the far side, and he's got his man. And group tackled by a host of ghosts. Gain of 7 to number 3, Benke. He's had a big game. 50 yards through the air for him on 4 receptions. 4th and 2. 4-down territory. Can the Ghosts get another stop? Last time a 4th down, they got an interception. We'll see. The Polar Bears will run it this time, and pushing the pile forward is I was watching number 30, Engelbert, block there. Holdren on the carry, and that's a big gain of 10. And that's a 1st down. Keeping the drive going. Polar Bears are not laying down. Ball at the 33-yard line of Kaukauna. Benke and Christensen to the right. Lone receivers number 1, Konecki. Oh, and a drop snap in the backfield. Pfeiffer picks it up. Double move. This might work out for him. Long throw just out of the reach of Konecki. 23rd pass attempt, and that was almost to perfection. You seen the Lions run last year. They ran an imitation of the Packers when the Packers ran a tight end wheel route, but Jordan Love tripped or fumbled the ball. I forget how exactly it went, but then the Lions imitated that by design, where Jared Goff pretended to fall and then threw a beautiful ball to Laporta. That almost is how that play worked out there for Hortonville, where they dropped the ball in the backfield and the double move worked out well. Pfeiffer fakes the handoff. He's going to do a zone read to the right. Cannot find a lane, though, and is brought down by a host of ghosts. 3 Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts on the tackle. Number 44 was in there. That's the first number I saw. That's Weston Hamilton. 43 as well. Evan Hiptis. And it's 3rd down. Good job by Pfeiffer to get back to the line of scrimmage. A lot of fight in that junior quarterback for the Polar Bears. He is not giving up, and that's the motto you got to have right now if you're the Polar Bears. 3rd and 10, though. Need to keep the drive moving. Snap, handoff, going up the middle. Holdren puts his head down, and he'll push across the 30 for a gain of 4. Brings up a 4th and a long 6 for the Polar Bears. Ball at the 30. 7:09 and counting. A big 4th down once again for the Polar Bears. So far in this half, they're 1 of 2. Slot to the left. Now send tight end to the left. Tight end to the left as well. Pfeiffer under pressure and brought down, sacked in the backfield by number 11, Wyatt Romanesco. And there's your defensive stand here with 6:45 left. And the Galloping Ghosts are on their way to galloping to their first conference victory of the season. Back on the offense goes for the Galloping Ghosts. And now the backups are in. Muhammad Job gets the handoff. He'll get positive yards. Gain of 3. In at quarterback now is number 10, Chase Broderick. See a few of the number 1s still out there for the Ghosts. But now you're in control, and you're looking to run the clock out. As the rain starts to fall, I thought we were going to make it through the game without the rain, but here it is. Rain starting to fall. 6:15 left. It's fall here in Wisconsin. You never know what to expect. Broderick in the gun, or the pistol, excuse me. Handoff, Muhammad Job. It breaks to the second level across the 50. Here goes the boosters for Muhammad Job to the 20. 10-5, touchdown Kaukauna. And if that dagger wasn't in already, it is now. Muhammad Job, 57 yards. (36-8). Breaking tackles at that line of scrimmage just about for Muhammad Job. He just sprinted away, and on now to kick is a new kicker. Scavi Weinberg is. The worst part about this is when you got JV on, or the varsity backups, and everyone's so excited for a huge play. Who's on the field goal try? As extra point now is number 79 will run onto the field. That is Aiden Wheeler. I'm sure he'll get a laugh at that at film session. Play clock running down. Snap, good. Hold, good. Kick is good. The score, 37-8. The Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts gallop ahead in this one. You're watching Fox Valley Association football on Zaleski Sports.
Located on County Road KK, Birkin Heating and Cooling has proudly served Kaukauna for over 30 years. As a Bryant Factory authorized dealer, we offer top quality Bryant and Payne products. We specialize in furnaces, air conditioners, boilers, new home construction, remodels, and April air humidifiers, serving for both residential and commercial needs. Plus, we service all makes and models, offering 24-hour emergency service. Call us today at 920-759-1478 and let Birkin take care of your heating and cooling needs.
Back here in Kaukauna, the score 37-8. The Galloping Ghosts with a big lead over the Hortonville Polar Bears in Fox Valley Association opener play here on Zaleski Sports. Latest score, second score of 50-plus yards, 57 yards. Muhammad Job to the house. He scored a touchdown in that Week 1 game against Notre Dame, and he showed some speed. He got another one here tonight. New kicker once again. I believe that's number 18 with the kick, Mayer. A little squibber fielded on the ground by an up man. Not number 18, Mayer. McCoy Lanu. No, it is Mayer. I am sorry. It is Ryan Mayer. 6'1", sophomore kicker for the Galloping Ghosts. And now, can Hortonville get an answer here and carry some momentum in their next week's game? Up the middle they go. They're not done fighting yet. Diving ahead is Holdren, holding onto the ball. Gain of 10. 9th carry of the evening for him. First and 10, Hortonville. Stick around after the game. Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Interview with winning coach and player to be named. Snap, handoff, up the middle they go. Into the pile, and that Kaukauna defense has been stout. Gain of 2 for Holdren. Seen a lot of him. He now has the most carries on the team with 10. Do not see number 25 out there, Tristan Behrens. Guy who does play both ways, maybe protecting him a little bit. Giving some carries to the junior running back. A physical game in the trenches, which is kind of goes without saying, but the offensive line and defensive line have been putting in the work, and the running backs, some with big carries, but some with short carries. That pain adds up. Oh, and got the completion on the far side, bobbling the ball for a second. That's Abrams. Abram Daniels, I'm sorry. His second reception, gain of 15 through the air. The 24th pass attempt for Pfeiffer. And first down into Kaukauna territory. Go the Polar Bears. Game to them is far from over as the rain has cleared up now. It's good, hopefully for the post-game interview. It stays cleared out, but I'm prepared for the weather. 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line of Kaukauna. New running back in there. Nope, that is number 33, Holdren. Fake to him. Double move. Wide open target. He's got his man across the 20. Inside the 10. Hortonville is not done yet. Touchdown, Polar Bears. 47-yard touchdown strike to number 4, Grayson Rankin. And no quit. You love to see that if you're Hortonville. 47 yards. Wide open on that double move. They've been working on it all day, and they finally get it successful. And they find pay dirt here with 3:53 left. Trailing now 37-14, running another 2-point conversion play. Slot to the right, tight end to the right side as well. Lone receiver, that's Rankin on the bottom of your screen. Snap, handoff. Holdren dives on in. And Hortonville keeping it close. 37-16. Potentially an onside kick coming up. You're watching high school football on Zaleski Sports.
I actually described Fox Valley Tech as a home away from home.
It was very comforting that it was a class size of 20 people or less.
Cost is a huge factor. When I look at Fox Valley Technical College, you're not spending that much for a degree.
If I was 30 when I went back to school here, I have had no regrets.
I think the hands-on training really sets us apart.
They will do anything to make sure that you succeed. You are going to get the education that you came for.
Back here in Kaukauna, 37-16 the score after a second touchdown of the evening for the Polar Bears. 2-point conversion also good. Holdren dives in the 2-point conversion after the beautiful pass from A.J. Pfeiffer to number 4, Grayson Rankin. And now, as the players were coming off to the sidelines, you could hear a coach, hands team ready, hands team ready. And we're going to see an onside kick. The second one of the evening. The first one was a surprise onside kick attempt by Kaukauna. See if everybody's set. We'll see what Isaac Benke can do here with the ball. Teed up at the 40. 2 guys deep at the 15-yard line for Kaukauna. And it is a line drive at the 50, picked up and dropped down. That's a good play by Pearson Bauer. That did have a little backspin, and Jacob, you would know this better as a kicker. He had that spin that was going to the right as the left-footed kicker. That ball was going to, hopefully, I think his intention was hit the 50-yard line and then backspin back to his guys. And I'm getting the nod. I think that was a good attempt by Benke. But Pearson Bauer, one of the leading receivers for the Galloping Ghost, was there. And now the Galloping Ghosts, 3:53 away from their first victory of the season. And it looks like a lot of the second unit is in. Low snap, given to Muhammad Job. Breaks another tackle, and Muhammad Job with a big run. He's making a case for his Nasonville Dairy Player of the Game with 3 carries and plus yardage. His first 2 went for -1, -4, then 3, then 57, and now 20. He's making his case. Once again, stick around after the game for the Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Interview with Coach Matt Binsfield and player to be named. Maybe Muhammad Job can find his way into it. I have a contender, but we'll see. Slot to the right, Job on the left hip of Broderick. Excuse me, in the pistol. Hand off to him. This time Hortonville gets a little bit of payback. Group tackled in the middle is number 54, Mason Pfeiffer. No gain on the play for Job. Next week, Nina for the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. That'll be in Nina. Joe will come out and get a break. Second and 10, 2:33 and counting. Slot to the right, lone receiver left side. Chase Broderick in the pistol. Snap, handoff, going up the middle is the new running back, number 31. I thought he dropped the ball there for a second, but held on is number 31. Hudson Wildenberg or Freddie Ramirez. Nonetheless, it is a gain of 4. It brings up a 3rd and 6. Ramirez is listed as a kicker, so I don't think he's running the ball, but he could be. Both are juniors. Slot to the right, Broderick in the pistol, one receiver to the left, tailback directly behind Broderick. Quick pass coming in near side, high, tipped. Is it a backwards pass? Yeah, it was. Initially, the near side official was pointing forward, which would indicate a forward pass, but he then switched it to a backwards pass, and it is a negative yardage play for the Ghosts. 4th down upcoming, clock stops. Changing out some personnel. In checks number 87, Brady Schwalbach. As an extra receiver for the Ghosts. He split near to the near side. 3 receivers split to the left. Broderick looked that way, now rolling left. Design play, roll out, high throw, off the hands and incomplete. Do they have 2 87s out there? They have 2 87s on the field. I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can do that, but nonetheless, the shorter of the 87s dropped that one. High throw, incomplete. Have to reach out to the rules experts out there to figure that one out. As we're getting ready here for the Nacerville Dairy post-game show. 40 seconds away. Hortonville, one last offensive possession here before they head into their Week 4 matchup as they continue conference play. Pfeiffer still in there at quarterback. He's looking right, throws right, has his man across the 40 and down is number 3, Isaac Benke, who had a great game. And they clock it, flag flies. Hortonville's not done yet, but I'm assuming this will be a false start penalty. They did give Benke the first down. 5 receptions for him for 60 yards. Go to the press box. The middle one. Go to the middle. Sorry. Somebody lost a wallet, had to distract me. Benke gets another reception. He's going to get 15 and knocked out of bounds. If you are watching and you have lost your wallet here at Kaukauna, or they lost a wallet. No, I forgot what they said. Nonetheless, there's a missing wallet here in Kaukauna. 12 seconds left. This more than likely will be the last play of the game. Head down to the field and get a post-game interview. Pfeiffer, deep drop, pumps a couple times, throws on the run. He has got his man one more time. He's got Kanicki. 3rd catch for the leading receiver for Hortonville, as this one will tick away. No, Hortonville's going to call a timeout. Make this play out a little longer. Interesting. I don't normally see that. Trailing by multiple scores. So it was a missing wallet. But victory goes Kaukauna. They'll get their first one of the season. Conference opener. conference victory, and Coach Matt Binsfield, I think overall will be happy with this performance. We'll have an interview with him afterwards, including player of the game, and I'm going to give it to Ryan Carroll. Sophomore quarterback gets his first win as a varsity quarterback. We'll talk to them after the game. One last play here for Hortonville. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Pfeiffer gets a snap. Flag on the snap. Ball's high and incomplete. The penalty will be declined. And we'll step aside here. Well, I'm going to get a head start down to the field level. 37-16, the victory for the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts here on the conference opener on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot.
You hear me? We're good? All right. Yes? All right. Here comes Coach, and we'll get an interview here on the Nasonville Dairy Postgame Show. Late in the first half, the offense exploded. Turning things around after a slow start.
I think we just had to settle in and rebuild our confidence a little bit. You know, after the last, we didn't play terrible against Notre Dame, but we did offensively at least played pretty poorly against West Lapeer. So I think it was just getting our confidence back and settling in and remembering what we could do and what we set out to do. And so really proud of our kids because, that first drive wasn't great. And we shook it off and they were more determined than ever to come back and to do it. So.
Absolutely, and we'll get to the offense in just a second, but the defense was huge for you guys. I don't know if my stats are right. I had to double check a couple times. I had 40 yards of total offense for Hortonville in the first half. Talk about that.
Yeah, no, our defense has played amazingly well this year. If you look even what they did last week and then the first half of this week was amazing too. But they are the strength of our team. They're super well coached. Coach Pierce and his guys put together an outstanding game plan every week and really throw teams for a loop. And our kids are playing hard on defense, and our offense is starting to match their level too, which is exciting.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that offense. Not necessarily something it was the big explosive plays, but you had I called it a tight end dump pass. I don't know what you guys called it, but you had that big play. You had Mohamed Job had the 50-plus yarder. Big explosive plays, not necessarily what you want to do all the time, but always a good thing to have.
Yeah, I sure like them. I take them versus the slow and steady approach. They were giving us some things. They were being fairly aggressive and didn't have all their bases covered, so we were able to take advantage of a few things to get you going, and I think that's important for our offense. Our offense needed that encouragement, that enthusiasm, and that, hey, we still got it kind of thought going through their heads, so it was great.
All right, perfect, Coach. We're going to find the quarterback here to interview him. Congrats on the first one. Find Mr. Ryan Carroll. There he is. Your first one as a sophomore, the first victory, a big one here over Hortonville. Just tell me your first thoughts.
I don't know. A little slow start, but Coach L called a good game. We picked things up after the first 2 drives, and we just do what we do best, and that's score.
Absolutely, and you guys did, putting up a big number here after a slow start last week. West Appear is West Appear. We know who they are. Able to come in here and get the offense rolling and kind of get things right. Just tell me what the process was to get that going.
I don't know. We picked things up in practice heavily. Turn the music off. No more of that. Got to keep the focus right. And we just crank the energy in practice, and that's about it.
And definitely the big energy was the big plays today. You had 2 plays over 50 yards for touchdowns. Aiden did his thing. You did your thing throwing the ball. When you have all these weapons, it's got to be fun as a quarterback.
It's great. It's just they're all over the field, and you can just go wherever. It's not like one guy is your stud. We just got everybody.
Absolutely. Next up for Nina, the focus is going to be ramped up, I'm sure. What are you guys going into? Obviously, enjoy the victory tonight, but what are you guys going forward?
Just focusing, executing, game plan, getting that done in the week, and that's about it.
All right, perfect. Finally, we'll have you take the mic. I'm sure you've seen this a couple times. Introduce yourself and say, I'm in the house.
I'm Ryan Carroll, and I'm in the house.
Perfect. Congrats on your first one, buddy, and good luck next week. That'll be it from here from Kaukauna. Kaukauna victory over Hortonville. Next up will be Nina. That'll be next Friday on Zaleski Sports. For Jacob up in the booth, this is J-Town signing out.